Whoa, okay then. Hi! Welcome. Welcome. How's it going? Been a while. Well, I mean, it's been 2 weeks. 2 weeks. It's not that long. But it feels a little bit like it, doesn't it? But at the same time, not really. It's like I never left. Yes, I was a little bit too exhausted last week to stream. So I just went, you know what? Not this week. Because I'm tired. And it's like, what would have been best? To stream exhausted and not give my 100% best. Or take a week off, recharge my batteries, and be ready to take on the day, or in this case, the night, with you all, my lovelies. But where are my manners? Hi, I'm Jeffy, alien fashionista. Welcome to my stream. Coming at you live from the mothership currently orbiting your planet. It is me. Yes. Going on 6.5 years now. Jeffy old. Jeffy not as energetic as they used to be, but still there. What wacky future awaits me? I don't fucking know. All I know is that we're gonna find out together. Alright, let's catch up with chat, my lovelies. Let's see. Hey Fluffy, how's it going? Good to see you. Hi Agent. How's things? Hey Hope. Hey Josh. Hi at Crasher. I think I said your name twice, but I'm not sure, so I took a chance. Been dealing with a headache for 4 hours. Ugh. Yeah, I mean, I had a really fucking shitty ass migraine last week as well. Do you get migraines? Yeah, I also do get that from my mom as well. Yeah, it's like you get really bad pain behind one of your eyeballs and on the top of your head, and it just fucking saps your strength, doesn't it? Well, ibuprofen for the win. I just took that and went back to bed, to be honest. What's that exhaustion part when taking care of my niece? Almost 4. Yeah, that's the age where they have a lot of energy and the smarts to make your life a living hell. So, you have a lot of courage, Thrasher. Because I have heard a lot of horror stories about human spawnlings at that age range. So hang in there, you got this. How's it going, Hope? How's your 2025 going so far? It just reaffirms your position. Yeah. Yeah, whenever I'm in the subway and there's someone with their kid next to me and it's like wah, 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 and the parent is just next to the kid going like this. Killed me. So yeah, I sympathize with them. And I am well aware that I'm too much of a big adult baby to take care of an actual one. Being an adult is realizing your strengths and weaknesses. I do not have a thing for taking care of spawnlings, so I will not have any. Simple as. Even if some people are like, oh no, you'll understand once you have them. I won't, because I will not have them. What kind of argument is that? Oh, you'll love them once you get them. What if I don't? What if I get them, and then I don't like them? What the fuck do I do then? They're not like electronics you can just throw in the trash. At least I fucking hope not. I hope no one's fucking doing that. Anyway, I'm not sure where I was going with that. Nowhere good. Nowhere good. Hey Raven, how's it going? Welcome. Welcome to Cozy Stream, Jeffy's on Vacation Edition. We are now at the best part of a vacation, the official start of it, because I'm off next week, which means tonight is the longest time before I have to go back to work again. So I'm gonna savor the fuck out of this night. The longer this lasts, the longer the vacation has not officially started counting down yet. So what I mean? Anybody else thinks like that, or am I just fucking crazy? Because that's how I see it. It's like, I love the Friday before the vacation, because you're at work. The end is near. Vacation has not started yet, and you're just fucking chilling. I don't know, I guess I'm weird. There's something about work vacations. Give me Cocoa for Cocoa Puffs. I've never had Cocoa Puffs, if you can believe that. Never saw the usefulness of a cereal that is full of chocolate. Does sound good, but you usually eat breakfast to get enough energy to start your day. And I feel like chocolate will not start your day. It will send you right back to bed with no energy. But yeah, even when not on vacation, Friday's great. Friday's great. The weekend is right upon us, full of opportunities or possibilities. What do you want to do when you're not working? Well, you do what you want. That's the fun part. Where you don't have to be at work. You don't owe shit to anyone. Well, you know, unless you have kids or you have a significant other. In that case, some concessions must be made. Gotta be reasonable, right? Otherwise, why are you in that relationship to begin with? So, yeah, think about that for a second. It does for some people. I mean, I guess it's like, that's the best part about being an adult. You wanna eat Cocoa Puffs at 3 in the morning? Go ahead, nobody's stopping you. You want to eat a full tub of ice cream while watching old sitcoms? You can do that as well. I know, because I've done that. You're like, I could go for some hot dogs right about now. Then you go to the store, you get some hot dog buns, you get some hot dogs, and then you freaking make them yourself. Bingo bango. Hot dogs. It's like, some people enjoy the freeing nature of that. Other people feel like having too many options is paralyzing. I get that. I get that. But funny enough, not with life. Only with video games. It's like, when I want to do stuff in real life, I just do it. Don't want to go out, I don't go out. Want to watch movies, I'm gonna watch a fucking movie. Gotta pick a game on your Steam library to play. Now we're in trouble, my friends. It's like, I saw a funny meme about that. It's like, sit in front of your desk, look at Steam games for 30 minutes, click randomly in the store, open another launcher for good old games, look at games library, go up to your collection of physical games, thumb through them, and then just go to bed and cry. Because you spent your whole night not doing anything. The amounts of nights I've sat down and going like, okay Jeffy, you're gonna play a fucking game tonight. And you just end up scrolling Reddit. Why do I do that to myself? Why? What's the fucking point? It's funny, it's like, you're at work, you're like, okay, I'm gonna play this and this and this. And then you sit down in front of the computer and you're like, kinda just wanna roll myself up like a burrito on my couch and watch TV for 5 hours. Why is that? What the fuck? It's a tough decision to pick between 400. Oh yeah. I think some days I have more fun buying games on sale than actually playing them. How fucked up is that? To just look for any unplayed games and just go in order of the library and give a game a shot. Well, that's not a bad idea. Also, I've downloaded a thing called Play Night that aggregates all of your launchers into one big list, right? And there's a random game option that I feel like I might have to give a shot to. You're like, okay, I'm gonna pick this game. I'm gonna fucking play it. I'm like Agent says, I'm gonna give it a good old-fashioned, legit shot. And then I might fall back in love with games again. Because that's the thing, right? I've been playing video games more or less for the last 35 years. Like, I remember being 4 years old back on my home planet playing the Nintendo at my father's place. Yeah. Now I'm almost 40. Which, by the way, I'll be 40 on Tuesday. So that means next Friday will be a Spawn Day stream. Nothing special. Gonna be like a regular stream, but I'm gonna have a party hat. That's it. That's the length of my plans. That's where I am at in my life now. No more bombastic, full-fledged events. Just comfy. I go where I please. That's where I'm at in my VTubing career. I can't drink this without my arm going really awkward. Is it because of the tracking space? Hold on, let me try something. Okay, that works better. No, Josh. Whoa. I'm turning 40 on Tuesday, not 41. Don't fucking take that year away from me. I know I have more than yours, than humans, but I still want them. So don't yoink him, okay? It's fine. I forgive you. Oh my god. I almost turned into dust when you said that. Oh my goodness. Smash them on the screen.
I saw I had Prime. I use Prime for my favorite booby alien.
Booby alien? The donuts, just smash them on the screen.
Bazinga. Happy early 84th birthday. I like trains. Look to your left, Jeffy Smile 57 big boys, the steam engines, search it up, and here's to more. Lifts protein shake.
That's a very specific reference to something I have no idea about. But yeah, Nika, thank you for the 20-month sub. I appreciate it, even though you called me a booby alien. What? I mean, yes, I do have them. So I guess it is a factual statement. But thank you, welcome back to the mothership. And you, Super, 57 months! Wow! Okay, my math does not math too good. Okay, so 48 months is 4 years, right? So 60 months will be 5 years. So you're 3 months away from 5 years of support, Super. That's crazy. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Time flies. Time flies, I'm a fossil. Holy crap. But thank you, welcome back to the mothership. I really appreciate it. Oh my goodness. Alright, settle down, you two. This is not that kind of stream. You finally got a new computer. Ooh, that's awesome, Crasher. Congratulations on the new chair. Yeah, people underestimate the importance of a good computer chair. Like, they'll spend thousands of fucking dollars on a new PC, right? And they'll buy a $30 computer chair that makes their back go, ah, oh my god. I don't bend that way. So don't cut some from the PC, buy a better chair. You'll be glad, because if you don't do that, nothing will happen. And then, 20 years down the line, your back is fucked. You don't know why, it just is. But I know why. I know why. Because you were sitting on shitty-ass chairs, twisting yourself into a pretzel, doom scrolling on Twitter. I see you. I see you. No, don't hide from me. I see you. No. Don't look away. I see you. with Jeffy mom energy. What, this outfit? This outfit gives mom energy, really?
Jeffy, I asked what Super said to search up, and apparently it's the largest operating steam loco in the world. There's only one now, 40 to 14, and is owned and operated by the same company who ordered them, the good old Union Pacific.
Well, today I learned about rains. Thank you, Vandelay. It's a lazy boy office chair. It was like 12 USD at good. Whoa. Here's the thing, right? There's some really great chairs hiding at Goodwill. Like, I saw a guy buy a freaking Herman Miller for $50 at Goodwill one time because it was only tagged as office chair. Those chairs are like $700 used, $2,000 new. I know because I bought the used one about around a year ago. One of the best purchases I've made. Oh my god, it's so comfy. You give Rev Rich Mom energy or Sugar Mama energy. Okay. Alright. Alright, what about this then? Hold on. Hold on. What does that give out? Oops. This outfit in my files is named Fashionista 2024. What about this and stream? That would have been hilarious. That would have been hilarious. It's like... it always makes me think of it's like... I'm not sure I want to talk about this though. Okay, fuck it, I might as well talk about it. One of my earlier projects with one of my friends, I ended one time by just doing like, wouldn't it be funny if we just ended and never came back?
I have been told carrots
we
are
did.
good for your eyes, so perhaps we should start a supplement of carrot juice in the eyes every morning from here on. Maybe then you will not need those thick-ass glasses, Mother Jeffy.
Thank you for the input, Vanderlei. Nice, fabulous, rich aunt that always brings gifts for everyone's Christmas. That's very fucking specific, social. Although, I kinda see it now. God damn it. But yeah, the project was not really working too well, and we were kind of tired of it. So, as a joke, we said, oh, wouldn't it be funny if we ended it now and never came back? And then we laughed a bit, and then I said, well, I mean, that will never happen, and then I just cut it really abruptly, and then everything just ended. And they never saw us again. I was younger then, so in hindsight, that was kind of a dick move. Kind of a dick move. But, you know, I mean, at the end of the day, it's like if you're not enjoying something, don't force yourself. People can tell. People can tell. But I'm gonna take this off because I'm sweating. That's... I love feather boas. They're so cool, but my god, they're... It's too much heat, man. I can't deal with it. Alright, give me a sec. Okay. That's better. Yeah, now that you mention it, this does give out, like, middle-aged, cool aunt that always have good food and good gifts. Like, you invite someone over and they're like, ooh, I have 10 different types of cheeses and chips. Enjoy! Well, yeah, I mean, you know, pick your battles, I guess, Fluffy. Better juice than the actual carrot. Even in the art I made still in the rotation, it's not labeled correctly anymore because it's labeled cipher. Ah! I mean, some of it's still running around. It's just that I had some big problems with fine art recently where if I put too much in the rotation folder, it crashes OBS. So I'm a little bit sad. So now I'm manually selecting a bunch of it to stay just below the I'm gonna fucking crash limit. So at least we get a rotation going. And I'm probably gonna have to adjust it over time to put in and put out some of the art so we get to see more of it, because I didn't really realize it until recently, but my god, I have had a lot of fine art over the years. And that made me emotional. I'm like, people are making art of me? Moi? What for? So I'm always touched when someone decides to put me in art. Yes. I mean, there's one exception. There's that one raunchy art piece that's floating around the internet. I don't know who made it, but it's there. And I'm like, okay then. Thanks? Question mark? And Clyde, the previous outfit was making me think of Doflamingo from One Piece. I mean, it was like extravagant fashionista. I had a extravagant personality type thing for the outfit. So a little bit out there, you know? A little bit of wrestling energy. And that's when jabs just burst in through the wall and we're like, someone talked about wrestling? Just floating in. Like a slight jog coming down. Going like, oh my god, I heard wrestling, what's up? Classic jabs. Hey, good to see you, Max. How's your week? I hope you're not still melting, because that would be bad. Yeah, I can't believe how freaking hot South Africa gets. That's crazy. Yeah, I know. I was trying to see if it would summon him. Oh yeah, you're right. Let's see if that works. Wrestling, wrestling, wrestling. Yeah. Okay then. Maybe that needs time to get there, and he'll just barge in later like the Kool-Aid Man. Oh yeah! I watched the new Beetlejuice movie. It was okay. Some people really loved it. I was like, I mean, it's okay. I like the original better. But I see what they were trying to do. Although it does feel like they cut a lot of what was in the movie, because there's like the whole like stitched up lady thing kind of felt like it was supposed to have more impact. Like there was more to it that we did not see because it got cut. So I'd be very curious about the Beetlejuice 2 director's cut at some point. Yes, that is a phrase I've just said out loud to people on the internet watching me. Week has been busy, going to the city every day. It was raining today, so that was nice. Yeah, I mean, probably the rain has cooled it down a bit. And I do hope your dad recovers quickly. Alright, so yeah, what are we doing today? I forgot to talk about that. Close this stream means it's pretty open-ended. I'm thinking either I'm gonna play a little bit of video games, or we might go see some humans doing silly shit and then enjoy ourselves to their detriment. That's Fail Army, by the way. I love Fail Army. It's like a cornucopia of human mistakes. And I'm sorry, I love you humans. I really do love you, but you can be a bit dumb sometimes. And that's okay. We all have dumb people. We have some back home too. And they fall off ladders. They fall downstairs. They fall down holes in caves because we have a lot of those back home. And it's dark. So, yeah. At the end of the day, it's something all sentient species have, no matter where they are in this lovely galaxy of ours. There'll be some lovely people, there'll be some bad people, there'll be some dummies, there'll be some geniuses. That's the whole tapestry of being, of existing, and being aware of it. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately that's like my Achilles heel, right? That's like freaking unsafe gym accidents. God damn, I was freaking crying at the end of it. Because it's funny, the way my, it's like, I find things funny. I enjoy funny things. But I don't laugh a lot. And the way my laughter goes is that it seldom happens. But when it does, it's like, I don't regulate it well. Because we have very muted emotions. And we have trouble monitoring them correctly. So that means it's like when I start laughing, the line is very, very thin between laughing and crying. So a lot of the times, when I do laugh, I end up having like tears in my eyes streaming down my face, and I'm like laughing, crying. I don't know why. I don't know how the fuck that works. What does that mean? Is there something in my brain that's making me do that? Like, oh yeah, hidden trauma somewhere, bitch. I'm like, where? What? Huh? No. I don't feel like I have trauma. Why would I react that way? Anyway, I don't know. That's a lot to unpack, isn't it? That was not on your Friday bingo card, was it? Jeffy talks about emotional shit. This wasn't on mine either. I'm flying by the seat of my pants today. Or my shorts, because I have shorts. Oh my god, what the fuck is wrong with my tracker today? God damn. What the shit? I've been having some tracking issues recently because I think one of my base stations that I use for motion tracking is dying. So I'm gonna probably have to replace them soon. Thank God I still have my Vive, Steam headset trackers I did not even use once, so I was using my old 2018 Vive trackers I bought back when I still had the Oculus headset. Remember when it was called Oculus? Ah, Mika, well I mean, I'm glad you're back. But you'll have to get used to my new schedule because I'm there once a week now. It's like appointment television, but for aliens. So most of the time I'm on Friday nights, but sometimes it will be a Thursday. And sometimes it will be not at all. Because I have a little bit more of a loosey-goosey streaming schedule now. I'm at that point in my career. We're on the verge of moving in parking lot of our own accord. Ah, fuck, you're getting renovexed or some shit. Yeah, that's really popular these days. People, a lot of people are going like, oh yeah, we're doing renovating your apartment, so get the fuck out. That's one of the two ways they can actually kick you out. With less time, right? Okay, so just regular evicted. I see. That fucking sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, it's like I know that second my landlord sells this apartment building, they're gonna take one good look at how much we're paying for rent and they're gonna fucking get so angry at us. Because we're paying well below market rate. So they're gonna find a bullshit reason to kick us out. It's an old apartment, so they'll go like, oh, we need to renovate it. Bye, bitch. And I'm gonna end up paying double for something a third of the size of what I have now. That's how bad it's gotten now, rent-wise around me. So I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do then. The only plan I have is I'm gonna buy a condo before that happens, so that I don't get stuck in renter's hell. But it's gonna be a problem because the new job I have is less lucrative than my old one. Less stressful though, which is great for my mental health, not for my wallet. So I'm gonna have to figure something out. Because most people, when they buy a property now, they have like, oh, I'm with my wife or my girlfriend or something. I don't have that. If I'm buying a condo, I'm buying it solo. And that means the bankers are gonna look at me and my little earning and go like, the fucking hilarious thing, right, is that I'm probably gonna get denied for like $1,200 mortgage per month. And then I'm gonna have to go get an apartment for $1,500 a month. That's not fair, is it? It's like, bitch, I could have paid that. Give me the money. Anyway, so the only way I'm gonna be combating this is by paying a very, very, very big cash down. It probably ended up further away from my workplace than I would like, but it is what it is. It is what it is. That's the reality of the situation. Unless I win the lottery. I do like buying a lottery ticket once in a while. Well, if I win, I can tell my boss to fuck off and just stream and play video games the rest of my life. Oh my god, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. If I won the lottery, I would make my whole family and loved ones retire from their jobs. Buy all of them houses. That would be sweet. They did that to me. They were renovating the rented houses and I had to move out. And I managed to get the unit across from me, so it wasn't too long for what. Okay, so that means that must have been a relief because moving fucking sucks. I hate it so much. Even when I hired like movers and shit, they did most of the work, but it was still so fucking stressful, man. And since I live alone, it's like once they put that shit down, you can't move it much. It's like, oh yeah, the super big fucking couch. Good luck moving that by yourself. So now I have to call my friends who are like, can you help me move a couch, please? I have pizza. But that argument gets less convincing the older you get. Because it's like, bitch, I'm not gonna tweak the fuck out of my back for a cold slice of pizza and a beer. So as you get older, that kind of offer does not work anymore. So I gotta deal with that as well. Most lottery winners burn for... I mean, yes. Yes. So, I've watched lots of documentaries about the ravages of lottery winning. Because people don't realize that. I mean, lucky for us, it's... lottery winnings in Canada I don't think are tax deductible, so that's good. But, the thing they don't tell you about winning the lottery is that you're gonna discover family you never thought you had, and friends will come out of the woodwork that you haven't seen in like 15 fucking years, and you're gonna get really hounded and called names and even threatened by them if you don't give them money. So be very careful. Don't reveal that information to people you do not trust. Keep it private. Try to live the best life you can and make your choices, not under duress. I mean, that's fine. I know that you have a pension, so that's probably helping, but I don't have a pension. So any money I don't save is money I will probably need when I'm older. You know someone from work whose dad literally stolen cash, and oh my god, that's fucking atrocious. Yeah, it's like... greed is one of the worst fucking things in the world, isn't it? It's like, it can turn normally sensible people into freaking lunatics. It's like, the amount of stories I've read about people that were living peaceful lives and they won the lottery and then people were just turned into raving animals around him. And you're like, you never really realize how people really, really are until you put some astronomical money in front of them. That's when the real shit comes out. It's like we had a big fucking family drama back home when my grandfather died. Like, it fucking split the whole family apart. The whole succession thing. Fucking crazy. It's like, I don't see most of my family on my father's side because of that. Little look behind the scenes. Yeah, it's like me and my dad and my brother are estranged from a good part of that side of the family because of that. Ever since, it's been like 25 fucking years. And still, they don't want nothing to do with us. I didn't do shit. It was mostly my father. But I'm in that camp, so I guess I could go fuck myself, huh? Oh yeah, I mean, I'm keeping that fucking shit private. Are you kidding me, Mika? Oh yeah, no, I'm not fucking telling anyone except people I trust. And for everybody else, I'm just gonna proof out to existence. That's why I don't understand why some people are like some very, very rich people we're not gonna name, who have billions and billions of dollars. They don't just fuck off to an island and just live peacefully in excess wealth. Like ludicrous quality of life, like super fucking decadent, right? They could do that until they die and their children's children die. And they could still keep up that rate. Just from the fucking interests of that money. Can't spend it fast enough, rich, you know? And instead of doing that, they just keep fucking meddling everywhere. Like, it feels like they're playing a fucking arcade game with our lives. Trying to get that high trillion-dollar score. Sorry, but it's true. If I was rich like that, you would never fucking see me again. Because yeah, it's like, I feel like you hit a certain amount of wealth, right? And it just fucking poisons your mind and you just want more of it, and more and more and more and more. It becomes a funny number to make the number go up. It's like you're playing a fucking RPG. You didn't hear about the fan project. Oh, I mean, okay. What I did hear about working on stuff like that, Mika, is that the fastest way to make yourself quit a project is to talk about it. Because your brain wants to get the idea out to the world, right? And talking about it satisfies that part of your brain. And then you lose all your drive for your project because it's out there now, you told someone. So if you don't tell someone and you work at it in secret, that will fuel you instead. So that was a great advice I've heard on the Comics Lab podcast. I love webcomics. Well, I used to. I don't really keep up with them anymore, but I still listen to some podcasts about them. And one of my favorites is Comics Lab. It's a show about making comics and making a living from making comics. And the two hosts have very good chemistry. They're super funny and very insightful. Because they lived through a lot of different eras of webcomics, like the pre-webcomic era with print newspapers, the rise of webcomics, the downfall of webcomics, and where we are now, where it's commodified and people just read it for like 5 seconds and swipe left. Things like comic aggregate websites where you scroll vertically now. I forget the names of them, but they upended the whole world of webcomics. Working the webcomic after last time was the most part I won this time, and they're gonna tell. Yeah. So the thing with webcomics that they don't tell you, and that they mention on the webcomics podcast, is that you're gonna spend probably the first 5 years working on that in total sheer fucking obscurity. And even then, you'll start maybe getting a little bit of an audience, and then it's a slow burn, and then it's like a snowball. Eventually, you start hitting a stride, and then it starts expanding at a faster rate. But most people's comics, like, there's not an overnight success. It's the same thing with streaming also. The overnight success you see are not overnight success, because they've been fucking at it for a long fucking time. You're just hearing about them now. Well, okay, so yes, a backlog is important, but also starting to post early is also good because you have to set a schedule. You have to start producing at this stable rate for a long period of time. That's how you succeed in webcomics. And at the end of the day, you also have to work on the art. You have to work on the story. You have to really work on your writing skills because people think good art will carry the comic, but that's true up to a point. No matter how good your art is, if your fucking story sucks, it won't save it. So the other way around is also true. You have one of the greatest story in the world, but if you're writing, if the art is not great, that will not help. But people are more tolerant of shittier art if the story is really good. So it's like not equivalent in intensity. But yeah, I'm so out of touch with what webcomics are now. Like, I had a webcomics project in the early 2010s. And even then, that was like towards the end of the golden age of webcomics. And I'm not quite sure what to make of the scene now. So if I do decide to get back into it at some point, it'll be weird. It'll be real weird. Because the whole distribution thing is all fucked up now. I heard the comics again. I'm thinking about it. Because the thing is, it's like for streaming, I don't really have as much drive to stream as I used to, which is why my schedule is now much less. Because I remember 4 times a week before when I started. And now it's like one stream is fine. It's like as I get older and as I've accumulated more years doing streaming, it's like I don't... Well, I mean, it's not that I enjoy it less, it's that it's different for me now. So I don't know, because it's like, I have something good here. I have a really lovely community that I enjoy entertaining a lot. I'm just not sure what the future for my channel will be. That's the thing. Because it's like, what do I see myself doing in the future? I mean, I still see myself doing streams from time to time. But I feel like as we get older and the project matures more, maybe I'll pull back on streaming sometimes. Take breaks. Maybe try to produce other things, like maybe standalone videos, shorts. And I don't mean the clothing, I mean like some videos about random things. Maybe do like little comic strips. Hang out on Discord. Do little special projects under the Jeffy Bed umbrella, so to speak. Because I have people that seem to care what I do. The question is, will they still care if I don't stream as much? Or at all? I don't know. These are all questions I asked myself recently. Because, I mean, let's not kid ourselves. Streaming in 2025 is a whole ass different beast than when I started. It's different. It's alien. Awkward laugh. Okay, that was an unfunny joke, but you know how I am with them. I do enjoy the unfunny jokes. But, yeah, my point, right, is that it's... Streaming in 2025 is weird. Right? It's like there's a whole more of us. And now there's algorithms kind of curating people's feeds up to a very, very surgical degree. Where if you don't build yourself up correctly, you will be practically invisible to a whole ass section of the population. Just because of the words you use, or the words you don't use, or the way you do your art. And give me the donuts, just smash them on the screen.
40 months? Holy hand grenades, Jeffy, that's almost 4 years.
Yeah, that's almost 3.5 at the moment. You're almost there. Oh my goodness, that's a long time, man. Holy hand grenades, Batman. Thank you so much, Daz, for the lovely 40 months. That's a long time. And 25 of those in a row. You bad lad, you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Yeah, so I mean, I guess cozy stream means we just go where the wind takes us. So let's talk about streaming a bit. So yeah, streaming in 2025 is very weird because, as I said, the competition is fierce, and VTubing as a medium has become mainstream, and it's like it's not as special as it used to be because there's more of us out there. It's not a bad thing, don't get me wrong, it's not bad. It's just that it's like we are more like regular streamers now. It's like it's not as world shattering as it used to be. Like if you saw a VTuber in 2018, you were like, oh my god. But now if you see a VTuber in 2025, you're like, okay, alright. And yeah, the normies are doing it, Jabs. But not only that, the normies are finding out about us, and some of them are very, very unhappy about it. And they won't shut the fuck up about that fact. To you directly. Like, man, why are you doing this? That's so cringe. Man, I'm like, this is not for you. Not everything in life is for you. Go find something you enjoy. Don't ruin other people's fun because you do not enjoy a thing. It's like if I barged in a room where people are playing pool, right? And I'm like, I don't like pool. Stop playing pool, guys. Stop it. I don't like pool. Stop playing pool. People will just look at me going like, why are you in the pool hall then, you fucking idiot? So yeah, why are you in a pool hall, you morons? Like, you don't like something, you don't interact with it. The thing people, it's funny because they're like, I keep seeing VTubers everywhere. Why is that? Like, oh my god, like they're forcing them down my throat or something. I'm like, bitch, it's the algorithm. They suggest content to you that you have interacted with before. If you would stop fucking yelling at VTubers, you won't see VTubers in your feed anymore. How about them apples? Bitch. Okay, I'll calm down. A lot of people even VTubers are supposed for not having a personality. Well, I mean, okay. Hold on. Listen. So, yes, some people will go like, oh, I'll make a VTuber, it's easy, right? You just go like, haha, breasts, and then you get millions of views. No. People that have those models with those many viewers, it's not only because of the booba, it's because they're entertaining. Because you know, if someone wanted to just see booba, well, they would go watch porn. Or go see lewd art. They wouldn't go see VTubers. It's like maybe the booba will make them click. But if you're as entertaining as a doorknob, they will not stay. So stop it. Stop undervaluing people's efforts. It's funny, I always find it hilarious when people try to underplay or go like, oh, they're successful because of breasts. Like, that's cute. Yeah. It's like, yes, they do have booba, Bao and Charlity, but they would not have the popularity and staying power they do if they were not entertaining. Because that's the thing, people don't realize the amount of effort you will have to do to stay relevant. Because it doesn't matter, it's like, oh my god, yay, now you have 200 viewers watching you. Yes, and now everybody's just going like, okay, what now? Doo-doo head? Then people just have to scramble to keep entertaining those people because they'll leave. They all leave eventually. So you gotta keep bringing more people in. And you always have to try new things, and you always have to network, you always have to produce content all the time, because otherwise the algorithm forgets you exist. People really don't realize how much fucking work being an online personality is. And yes, I'm couching that in the fact that people with real jobs work much harder a lot of the times. But that doesn't make streaming easy. It's different. Okay? Because people, when you make streams, especially if you're an indie, a smaller channel, it's like you do the job of 5 people. You're the editor, you're the social community manager, you're the manager, you're the accountant, you're the talent, you're all of this shit. Like, you finish streaming at 11, you're editing shorts until 3 in the fucking morning, and then you go to bed, and then you gotta wake up at 8 because you gotta go to your day job. Over and over and over again. For years. And people might not even notice you exist after 7 years. Like, I've seen so many people that have like 2 viewers, and they've been at this for like 15 years. And they've been streaming every day too. So it's like, not everyone is made for streaming. If you enjoy doing it, go nuts, have fun. But the thing is, only a fraction of a percent actually gets into the big league at the end of the day. And often not even because you did anything wrong. It's like, you might not make it even if you do everything right. Because that's showbiz, baby. It's not fair. Never was. Never will be. You could bust your ass and not get anywhere, while people would do half of the work and get 5 times the results. It's all about timing, it's all about the algorithm, it's who you know, it's how much work you do at specific points where opportunities present themselves. It's very... It is what it is, right? It's not fair in the least, but that's the nature of the beast. So if you go into showbiz, whether it be content creation, movies, writing, TV, anything really, writing books even, those are not fair careers. Because other careers, you put in 8 hours of work, you get 8 hours of wage, then you go the fuck home and you relax. Streaming, you could put 16 hours a day, and for years, and you'll get like $1 once. So as a career, it's not recommended. Not recommended. Like, I've done full-time streaming twice. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And you gotta have, it's like the work itself becomes the reward. Like the community you build, all the friends you make. That's the part you enjoy about streaming, and have to enjoy. Because everything else is not guaranteed. Do you see what I mean, Earthlings? Do you get what I'm putting down? Oh my god, Rary. Your sense of timing is impeccable as always. How are you doing tonight? Talking about streaming. I'll let you guys in a little unknown secret. Most of the big name tubers were already semi-famous before VTubing even. Yeah. As I said, a lot of careers have been launched on proper networking. And also a lot of hard work. It's like, a lot of those VTubers that you think have just risen to the ranks at lightning speed had a flesh tuber career before that for years where they were practically unknown. A good example of that is Camilla, right? I used to be acquaintances with her before on her older persona. I think she was Cherry Quartz before she became Camilla. And it's like, she streamed a long fucking time to practically no one. But she kept putting in the hours, improving herself, working harder and harder. And then when she launched her new persona, all of the networking, all of the hard work, prepared her for that moment in the spotlight. And when everybody got the chance to see her work, her stuff, she became a really popular streamer after that. The rest is history. So, yeah, it's like, there is an amount of luck in it. But no matter how fucking lucky you are, if the opportunity presents itself and you can't fucking seize it. Yeah, small world, isn't it? Not only that, she made fan art of my character back then too. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. I think she still follows me on Twitch too. Sometimes I see her streaming and I see a little knock option. I'm never gonna fucking do that though. It's been so long, I haven't really kept in touch with her. So I'm not that kind of person. But I'm really happy for her, really. She worked so fucking hard. So I'm so glad she's getting the success. Alright, where did I put it? Alright, hold on, it's somewhere in here. Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, so she made that art of me and my friend Ayo, formerly known as Miss Agent Fox back in the day. Those were some good old days in VR chat back in like 2019. Very cool fine art. And it's like, then you realize it's a small world, isn't it? Like, everybody kind of knows a little bit about that. Like, and you know, people rebrand, people work on their stuff, and they evolve as content creators. And then, you know, it happens. It's great because it's like, it's a very unique type of job, in quotes. It's can be very rewarding. It doesn't even matter the amount of success you get. Just the fact that you can have conversations with people from all over the world. And you get to express yourself and be silly online in a way that you cannot do in the real world in the same way. It's fun. There's a reason I've been doing it for so long, right? And it's the technology behind it too, you know, the motion capture, the facial capture, all of the lovely outfits I've made over the years. It's things that you realize a lot of work that went into that. A lot of late nights. But it's the journey that was the most enjoyable part for me. And even after this is all said and done, that's probably the part I'll remember the most. All of the cozy streams we've had, all of those conversations. All of the cool fine art. But yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen in the future because, as I said, streaming is different now. With ever-dwindling attention spans. We're gonna probably cross the 30-second attention span Rubicon at some point. Nope. Jesus Christ. Super, you're coming in at the word moment. No. I mean, not exactly. Because I was just talking about what I think about streaming in general, and if I ever decide to wind down on streaming, what the future would be. So in a way, maybe, but I don't know when that will be though. So no need to panic. I'm not going anywhere. Because even though if I do end up not streaming as much or taking breaks, I'll be around, but with different type of content. Because this is what this is for me now. It's a creative outlet, right? It's like I can try new outfits, I can make comics, I can make short form content, I can make silly streams about pretty much anything I want. It's like, the door's open. I can have some fun with it. Oh, you cheered under the threshold, man. 1 bit for Jeffy's graduation. Goddamn it, agent, you're gonna make super panic. Put on my headphones for 3 months and Jeffy decides to finally end the stream career, which means that it's time to conquer the world. Oh my goodness. Stop it. I don't want I don't want the day I end up not streaming anymore to be people remembering me as like a conqueror or some shit. That's not what I want. No, if I ever stop streaming, I'm going back to my home planet. You know, there are days where I miss my parents. They're getting up there in age too, so gotta keep an eye on them. New exchange with the Jeffy Revengeance outfit. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's a mental image, Rary. You told me that we're supposed to get the snowstorm tomorrow. Oh yeah, I mean, we got a pretty big one earlier this week.
Now that Jeffy is stopping this whole streaming thing, maybe I can finally gain my freedom, or at least transferred to a newer ship.
I mean, I guess when this is all done and gone, maybe I can just take you to the Federation and mention you would really like to be on a warship again. That would be a hell of a retirement for him, wouldn't it? Let's go back to VR chat. Oh yeah, I mean, it's been about around a year now, right? Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know, Rary. It's like, I'm not as social as I used to be. I don't really have the same drive for it now. I don't know what happened. I just like being cozy with my things. Like, I get home from work, I pour myself a nice cold drink and a big bag of chips, and I watch some sitcoms, or I play some video games. Then I retire to my bed and just pass the fuck out. I did not get as many of those days when I had a more docking schedule, so to speak. Well, that's the thing, Rary. I never really played VR chat for the games in there. Those were always like a bonus. The most fun I had in VR chat was just sitting down on a couch and talking with people in the lobby. Like, the games were just an extra thing, and a lot of the time people were like, oh, come on, play with us. I'm like, I'm good.
Did I hear end of streaming career? If I remember correctly, you said when you graduate is when you start your plan to take over Earth. Do you want me to start the takeover plans now?
Oh my god. Fucking Vanillate trolling me. No, that's the funny thing, right? It's like, I spend my whole time on this planet convincing people I'm not gonna fucking invade. Because there's so many people that assume aliens want to conquer the planet. It's funny because it's like, it's not true. I don't want to do that. Why the fuck would I want to do that? Do you think I have the energy to do that? Like, I can barely go to work and stream at the same time. You think I have the energy to start invading your fucking planet? There's like 7 billion of you, chuckleheads. I mean that in an endearing way, of course. VR chat seems a lot different nowadays. Yeah, I mean, towards the end, when I was logging in, it's like a lot of my old friends did not really log in anymore. And there's so many kids now. So many kids. They can't stop saying slurs. And I'm like, I don't get it. What's so funny about slurs? I do not understand. Is it because you're not supposed to say them? Is that what is comical about them? Because if that is why people find it funny, then I truly don't understand human humor. You know, just saying. Well, that went some weird places. Yeah, it's like, I go into a lobby. It's not even a public lobby, it's like a group plus, right? And there was just 3 fucking douchebags just going through the dictionary of slurs. So you're like, you gotta go find them first. And then you gotta go mute them. Then their friends get angry that you muted their friends, and then it gets fucking clown shoe.
When this whole streaming thing is finally over, I'm gonna become a SoundCloud rapper. Be on the lookout for my mixtape.
That's interesting mental image. Randomly. I mean, you do you, bro. You do you. Watch somebody yesterday doing a celebration thing in VR chat during a public walk for 2 minutes as a punishment and ended up having to use the... Well, I mean, yes! Of course! At least now they are group public, so they have some form of moderation in. And you can actually have a semblance of an actual conversation in a public setting. But if you do to unmoderated public instances, well, at this point in time, you get what you deserve. Because you know what's in there. You know what's in there. And it's like... I don't have the social drive as much as I used to, really. Because I remember there was a time where I would get in VR chat like 4 to 5 times a week and spend hours. Towards the end, I could barely get 1 hour in on Saturdays, and even then I was kind of like, I don't know, man. So I don't know. Maybe one day I'll come back. And I'll look outdated as fuck compared to all the Avatar toggles and Avatar 2.0 shit. Still haven't went Avatar 2.0 yet. I think I have like one model I uploaded in Avatar 2.0. All the others are probably gonna be broken by the time I come back. Now that's a mental thing to think about. Yeah, I don't know, man. Brewing has been such a fun journey. I'm just not exactly sure what I want to do with it next. So probably gonna just take it easy. Maybe try to start making alternative forms of content for a bit. Maybe try making some comics, something, I don't know. I'm still toying with some different concept I had in my head. Little project surrounding this. You know, the Jeffy brand, so to speak. Whatever that is, I mean. I'm not dealing with IRL people that much these days, why would I split myself? Yeah. Yeah, it's like... We know that humans turn into fucking shit weasels if they have an anonymity. And they have any inkling of hate in their hearts. So if you give them a way to do that without getting any consequences, oh, you bet they're gonna take it. You bet they're gonna do that. But yeah, I mean, there's some people, right, that can't be happy or enjoy themselves unless they're ruining someone else's fun. That can't be healthy for them. Because sometimes I see that, it's like... I started playing Ultima Online again recently. And it's like, yeah, there's murderers in that game that are gonna fucking murder your ass if you get caught by them in dungeons and shit. But most of them are pretty friendly. They're just playing their part of the game, right? But there are other people that kill you and then they like freaking hound you and insult you and call you a bitch, and it's like they have so much hate in their hearts. And they won't have fun unless they ruin your fun. And I don't understand that. I mean, I think I have some theories of why they do this, but that's always the thing, right? With full loot PvP/PVM games. It's like you have people that enjoy the PVM, like me, then you have the people that want to kill those people. The player killers, the murderers. Then you also have the people that kill the murderers, so it's like, it's an ecosystem. So, you go into the dungeon, you make some money, that's where the big money is, but that's where all the PKs know the big money is, so they're gonna come in and fucking wreck your shit. So you gotta keep your eyes on a swivel, and when the PKs come, you run the fuck away, you go secure your loot, then you call in the cavalry, and they chase the PKs away, and then you come back and you keep doing it. It's an interesting concept because it adds some risk to the PvE experience that makes getting rare items and getting richer in the game more satisfying in a way. But when you get caught and you lose a lot of money, it feels bad. I think it's part of the same reason why a lot of people like hardcore modes in games, right? The fact that you could lose it all at some point really makes the whole trip more meaningful in a way. That's probably why, like, World of Warcraft Hardcore Classic is so popular. is because it makes everything more meaningful. Like, you catch someone almost dying against a mob and you heal them at the last second and you save their life. That's fucking 50 hours of gameplay there, you just save that person. It makes for exciting stories, great, like heartbreaking dramas. Yeah, it's a whole ass thing. There's a reason why it's one of the most popular type of content these days. Though, like OnlyFang shit. It's entertaining to watch. Hey, Wyatt. I'm doing good. What about you? How's your 2025 so far? The Division is what started me hating PvP content. That's what the doors are. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. Sorry, went French there for a second. Yeah, the Dark Zone was just a camper's fucking paradise in the first game at the very least. Like, they would camp the exits and try to, like, one-shot you at the end. It's the same thing, really. It's like, some people hide. They wait until you form up all of that loot and then they just come in and take it. So you have to be good, you have to have evasive maneuvers, you have to outmaneuver them. Or you have to have more people on your side than they have. And you kick their butts. Like, I remember one time I was farming in a dungeon in Ultima Online, right? And then my tracking skills tell me there's a PK in the dungeon, so I start running towards the exit. But then I see the PK run past me. He does not attack me, he just keeps running. There's like 10 other players in the dungeon just running after him. Like it's a Benny Hill sketch. How's that for an outdated reference? Or like a Scooby-Doo running sequence. It was hilarious, so I had like my crossbows, I just let loose one more arrow in his back as he ran away. But, well, he asked for it. Yeah, I can relate a little bit, Wyatt. My spawn day is on Tuesday. And I'll be hitting the big 4-0, so that's not gonna be fun. I'm probably gonna celebrate it on stream next Friday, so something to look forward to. The Division Dark Zone was the only way to get good gear enough to start raiding with, and I'm just putting. I mean, I understand. It was a bit weirdly set up, that's for sure. It's almost 3 AM and I try and sleep. Alright. I'm glad you stayed this long, Max, considering how late it is in South Africa, so thank you so much, and I hope that you have a good rest of your weekend, Max. Sleep well. Always good to see you. Now all we need is El Spino to drop by and say hi, and then we have all the old gang. With the pod. But yeah, I mean, you know, that's why people have so much problems making a new full loot PvP MMO now. Because it's such a niche project. Because people that do PvE content, when I say PvE or PvM, I mean like player versus environment or player versus monsters. So, you know, you versus NPCs. And when I say PvP, well, you know what that means, I hope. So, yeah, people that love PvE stuff don't like losing stuff. So they just wanna farm, you know, in a way. And the PvPers, sometimes they want an easier target, because if you just put them all together, they'll just kill each other and get bored. So it's like trying to herd sheep and wolves at the same time, and trying to keep both populations at a healthy quantity. So if the wolves eat too many sheeps, you don't have any sheeps anymore. Or if there's not enough wolves left, then the sheep become so many that they crack the server. Okay, that's a bad example. Not sure where I was going with this. But yeah, that's the thing though, so full loot PvP MMOs keep dying because if they pander too much to the PvP side, all the PvE players quit because they get killed so much by the PvPers that they get tired of wasting their time and they leave. And once the PvPers have no more victims, they leave as well. So that's what killed a lot of the older games, like the original Ultima Online. Once people could hide in the no PvP zones, all of the PvPers in the old world just got fucking bored. This but's a big target. Okay, settle down. Settle down, chap. Oh my goodness. But then afterwards, I'm fine like a couple months before everything is like another year and then do anything. Well, I mean, that's most of us, isn't it? Every time we get a year older, we always look back and go like, what did I do this year? What? Then you just realize that, you know, real life is not really exciting. And a life where you did not have too many hardship. A year, I mean, with not too many hardship is a good year. In the whole scope of things. Perspective sometimes is good. Makes you think. You had to say it, Josh. Really? Did you now? Did you really? Is there like a little devil on your shoulder that says if you don't say that, I'm gonna kill you? Or I'm gonna poke you with this stick? Really? Okay. Well, sounds harsh. I'm a hardcore PvM player, then the minute I'm forced to interact with you, can install. Okay. So in that case, you would really, really hate Ultima Online then. I mean, there's some parts of the world where you can farm without any player killers, but they have 50% of the loot. So, you know, there's options. And I like that you can have a skill that shows you when a PK is coming near, so you can just get the fuck out of there. And I rarely get killed these days. But it still adds a little bit of spice, you know? So maybe you would like it. I mean, you said you enjoyed RuneScape. And RuneScape is the spiritual successor of Ultima Online. So hey, who knows, maybe you would love it. And if you ever want to try it, I could get you the link to Outlands, that's where I play. It's free, so nothing to lose, but then again, as I said, you don't really... If you don't like PvP, you might have some problems. You can avoid it pretty easily though. So, I don't know what to make of that. When, I mean, for you. Like my hair. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you enjoy it. Alright, so I'm gonna take a little break. I need to go get some water. I love RuneScape, but maybe it can only happen when I run the whole game. I never had to go back. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. But you know, if you can do PvM with good ways of getting out of there before you get caught, but you only get caught like 10% of the time, that could work. Would that be appropriate? Why are photographers less skilled than they used to be? They're not developing. Oh my god, ancient. On that note, I'm gonna take a short break. Because we do have to run some ads so we don't get them randomly while I'm talking. Because that would make you lose the plot real quick, wouldn't it? Alright, so we're gonna take a short little break. I'll go get some water. And we'll all meet back here in 2 minutes. We'll watch the ads. Okay? Listen over there. I'll watch them. It's not worth it. Stretch your legs, go get something to drink, some snacks, and we'll all meet back here in 2 minutes. Alright? Alright. Be right back. And if you're subscribed, enjoy the fan art. Alright, be right back. Alright, we're back. We are back. Ooh, voice crack. Yeah, that's the downside of working in the customer support thing, is that you talk more than you're used to. Oh, here's the cipher fan art. Told you it wasn't there. Alright, where was I? Alright, we're back. Welcome to the second part of the stream, where I might talk, or might just watch goofy shit. I don't know yet. I'm just taking me where the wind goes. That's the extent of my planning for tonight. Because I had a pretty big day at work, unfortunately. It was like, you know, sometimes you have days like that where, you know, you're supposed to have like 8-minute conversations for each client, but they keep you on the phone for like 50. That's fun. But it just fucking torpedoes your whole stats for the month. But you can't hang up on them. And I also want to help them, so I just take the time they need and they'll just tell me my stat sucks, and I won't care. So at the end of the day, I want to help people. Period. Doesn't fucking matter my stats. Oh my god, jabs. Wasn't it like the other way around? Like it's everybody sucks, everything's fucked. I haven't listened to that song in a while. Okay, calm down, Jabs, calm down. Is it just a teensy beansy with the spammy? I have to take into account the streaming delay. I think you just wanted to get through that part of the song. Alright, thank you, Fred Durst. Thank you, Fred. Yeah, those were some interesting times, were they not? I had a feeling I was like, you just want to do at that point. You're lucky I'm in a good mood tonight. Because otherwise it would have just been like, just want to justify, and then you just would have seen a guy floating off into space in the background. But oh, that's Jabs. Oh look, there's a wrestling ring. I guess it came out at the airlock at the same time for some unrelated reasons. I mean, I did not love them, but I thought some of their songs were catchy. A little bit crass, but catchy. That's okay. That's fine. But I can appreciate, it's like I'm not much of a fan of rap, but I still think Eminem is a really talented person. But I'm not gonna just listen to that stuff. It's not for me. And that's okay. There's a lot of different things for different people. Well, I mean, I know it's not rap. I was just giving an example. Because I couldn't think about other new metal bands. I mean, it's a mix of things, is it not? It's not exactly, I mean, I'm not good at music. It's like, it's probably one of the fields where I know the least. Right? And also, I enjoyed Nickelback's even back when people were cringing the fuck about it. I know Nickelback is more popular now. It's like, it's actually acceptable to like Nickelback now. But I actually freaking loved Nickelback back in the 2000s. And people made fun of me for that. But I got my vindication eventually. Yeah, so it's like, so many people have so profound relationships with music, right? But I was never like that. I like listening to some music. Like I remember listening to a lot of Britney Spears and Backstreet Boys. That was fine. Nickelback. Yeah, I had like an Eminem song at one point in one of my CD mix. But other than that, it's like, it's like, music has never been a really big part of my life. I know some people can't live without it, but I surprisingly listen to a lot of instrumental music. Or like lo-fi. Because music with no lyrics gives me time to think about stuff. If there are lyrics in it, I focus on that and my brain goes empty. So when I go out for walks, it's instrumental. Oh no, thank you. Well, I mean, I feel like the ego thing for Nickelback was a little bit overblown, wasn't it? Because it seems really down to earth. So I guess maybe it got better in time, or I was not paying attention back then. I don't know. Me and Jeffy listened to Nickelback before it was a meme to hate on them. Yep, exactly. And I also loved a lot of French bands, like Alpha Rococo or Marie-May, the other Quebec bands. And, you know, those were great. And funny enough, I was looking up Alpha Rococo recently, and they have a new album, so they're still making music, which is awesome. And there was also the Cowboy Fringant, which I really like, which translates to the saucy cowboys? No, wait. The energetic cowboys? I don't know how to translate it. They were very socially conscious folk music, like Quebec music. Like very like Quebec influenced rock music. Not even rock, I would say. It's hard to describe. Let me see how the internet classifies them. Okay, so their music goes into they call that neo-trad. Wait, what? Alternative rock? I can understand that. Folk punk? Folk rock? Folk rock? Oh. Huh. Yeah, they're great, but yeah, their main singer died. I was so fucking sad, man, when I learned about that fucking cancer, man. Ugh, fucking, I hate that shit. When was comedy come back? I don't know, man. I think people are not ready for trombone again. Creed sounded a lot like Nickelback, but had some Christian undertone. I mean, that's fine. I think I've listened to some Creed in the past. It's kind of drum and bass music, and most of it doesn't have lyrics. Somehow helps me concept. Yeah, I mean, that's fine too. But I do love me some lo-fi, or sometimes synthwave if I want something a little bit more energetic. A lot of it does not have any lyrics. And chiptunes too sound great. Like, that's what you're hearing right now, that's chiptunes. It's video game inspired 8-bit music with a twist. So it's a mix of 8-bit and more modern instruments. Yeah, we have a pretty interesting music scene here in Quebec. I don't really pay much attention to it. I feel like it's probably something that's missing to my culture, as they would say. Because Quebec has a really rich history with that. Maybe I should interact with it more. Which one was my everything? Oh yeah, I mean, ever since I listened to the first music in the Scott Pilgrim video game by Anamanaguchi, my god, what a fucking bop those were. Or it's like I unironically had Super Meat Boy music in my playlist. God, that was good. Oh god. Rary. Come on. Mindbit. You made the universe implode with that logic. Well yeah, I mean, maybe that's something I could spend some time into, like try to get reacquainted with music. Because I do like, I enjoyed Sia's music a lot. Like that Chandelier music that I had on my playlist for freaking years. So good. If you're assuming this underground New York artist you probably never heard of. Probably not. No, any music search is gonna be something I do on my own. Oh yeah. Underground. Lady Gaga. The only way she'll be considered underground, Jabs, is if she dies and get buried. Which I don't hope happens because I want her to live a full life. Because she has great music. I agree with that. I enjoyed her music. But yeah, I mean, it's like, I didn't get that much into music. I was a little bit more into movies when I was younger, but I don't really I'm having a brain stroke. I meant to say, I used to watch more movies when I was younger, but these days I don't watch that many of them. I'm trying to watch more. Like, for example, a few days ago I watched Shutter Island. I got the fucking ending spoiled for me, but I still wanted to watch it because I wanted to see what Scorsese did with that, and it was good. I enjoyed it. I need to watch more movies, listen to more music. I need to probably try to populate some of my free time with that stuff. Maybe that'll make me produce more meaningful art and other type of content. Because otherwise, the thing is, I like playing video games off stream these days, and sometimes I just get lost in them. But maybe I should vary stuff a little bit more. Would I have more things to base myself off of when I do create content? Yeah, probably. That could be fun. Besides, I have a whole ass week off now, so maybe I could just be comfy, play some games, listen to some music. Yeah, that could be interesting. I could give that a shot. I told you I had her Stephanie Germanette album. Well, I mean, you're such a Lady Gaga fan. Anything else would not have been acceptable, Jabs. And when Gucci's Miku song randomly plays in my mind on repeat. Yeah, a band I also like. It's not chiptune. I do like synthwave a lot. And one of my favorite bands in that style of music is Carpenter Brut. I'm not even sure if I'm saying the name right, because it's a French band, right? So it should probably be Carpenter Brut, I think. But they do awesome synthwave music. Really fucking catchy and really energetic songs. So, like, if I want to walk real fast or maybe jog a little bit, I'll put that shit on. Rice and grilled cheese, you know, Jeffy stuff. I mean, I'll be honest, I haven't had a grilled cheese in months. Maybe I should buy some processed cheese again. What I really love doing now is, like, buying some very strong cheddar and some spinach and some onions, and then I make like really cheesy spinach onion omelets. So good, so good. And you add the hash brown to that and breakfast sausage and a slice of bacon, and you got yourself an amazing homemade breakfast. And the fun part is you can prepare all of the bacon and sausages in advance and freeze them. Then when you need them, you just pop them out of the freezer, put it in a microwave with wrapped in a towel, a paper towel that is, for like 30 seconds to a minute. And then you add it to your breakfast and bang! Convenient, fast, tasty. That's your Jeffy Bad tip of the day. You're welcome. I think the closest I had were Montreal sandwiches I made a few months back. Oh yeah, did you ever eat Montreal-style smoked meat, Agent? Is that what you mean by Montreal sandwiches? You know, the red meat with like pepper on the edges. Montreal-style smoked meat. Yeah, that's what you meant. Oh my god, so good! I love that shit. It's so tasty. Probably can't be good for me though. A friend of mine's cousin went to college with her for the short time she was in college, and he got his hands on it, and then I should just clean house. Huh? Oh, I see. Yeah, but it's great. It's like you get a Montreal-style smoked meat sandwich with a slice of dill pickle and some fries with some... the sandwich needs to have mustard in it. That's the most important part. If your Montreal-style smoked meat sandwich does not have mustard in it, it's not a Montreal-style smoked meat sandwich. Hey, Elder. Indeed. Has been a hot minute. I'm doing good. How's your 2025 going so far? You know, I have to watch my dad. Well, I mean, that's understandable. But the thing with the junk food, right, is that if you keep that shit to like once a week, it's probably manageable, right? Because the people that have problem health-wise with that kind of shit is because they just eat it every day. But a burger once a week will not kill you. 7 burgers a week will. Just smash them on the screen. Boom.
Tonight's forecast, a freeze is coming.
What do you mean a freeze? Better not be more fucking ice rain, because I'm gonna be fucking livid. Thank you for the 58 months, man. Oh my goodness, you're really close to 5 years. That's crazy. Thank you, Marek. Merci beaucoup. And welcome back to the mothership. Don't forget to update your keycard with an access. I spun the oh, I see. I got scared because you live around my corner of the world, and we got some ice rain sometimes, and I fucking hate that. I don't want anything to do with that. But then last year, oh, that's great. That's awesome. Yeah, for you, Jabs, I bet. I bet. The thing is, right, it's like, really big music fans are all about vinyl, right? But I never see a lot of people just going crazy about CDs. I understand why. It's like, vinyl is clearly superior. I think if you want a long-lasting record collection, it's either you gotta get that virtual, like online, or vinyl. Because, oh my god, I almost punched the screen. God damn you, motion trackers. But yeah, I mean, vinyl keeps a long time. Digital, if you store it and back up correctly, will last you forever. So it's all good, right? And I know that some very big audiophile will really tell you that the subtlety of vinyl is great, but my ears are kind of fucked. So it's like, I'm not deaf, but I feel like my hearing is not 100%, so I can't really tell the fucking difference. Yeah, we got a lot of snow since, oh, I mean, yeah, no kidding. It was snowing a bunch yesterday. That reminds me, did I sweep the balcony yesterday? Or was that Friday? Was it Wednesday? Yeah, I gotta be careful. I can't let too much snow build up on that balcony. I don't want it to just crumble and kill my landlord downstairs. That'd be bad. That'd be real bad. Sorry, I had a mental image of me in jail and that made me angry. Because if I was in jail, I would not have that face, I would have this face. Don't hurt me. So, I don't want that. If you keep playing a vinyl record, the needle slowly grinds the record until it no longer works. I mean, yeah, I mean, you would really have to play that shit on repeat for a long fucking time for that to happen. And depending on how big your collection is, that probably will never happen. Unless, like, 100 years down the road, I guess. And even then, once that happens, it's like, well, a life well lived. These are cool. Vinyl used to be good and does have plenty of upside, but it's... Well, no. Well, I mean, hipsters, maybe, but no, they're not the real... They're not the real people that ruined it. You know who really ruined vinyl records? The same fucking people that ruined video game collecting. Or any type of collecting. Because they use that as a speculative investment. Those motherfuckers. That's why Silent Hill, the Silent Hill 2 is now worth like $500 fucking dollars. Because they buy up all of the copies and trying to speculate on how much expensive it's gonna get. It's like, it would cost me like $1,500 if I want to buy the 4 original games now. That's crazy. That's fucking nuts. And they need to make that available on modern consoles. I've got a phonic sound. So is that like ASMR but on steroids? Through audiophiles rip their own collection into a lossless format for peak quality so they get a physical collector's version and a usable digital ones. Yeah, I mean that's probably the best bang for your buck, right? Because you get something that is pristine and will never decay if you don't actually use it. And then you have the actual thing you can use as much as you want because it's lossless, right? $40 for this. Yeah. Same thing. Fucking speculators are ruining it. It's like fucking investment bros. They're not just happy to use the stock market, they have to turn everything into a fucking stock market. Funko Pops, stock market. Vinyls, stock market. Video games, stock market. Comic books, stock market. Yeah, so... yeah, that fucking sucks. Yeah, I had a hunch you had one, Javs. Record can also get warped from things like sunlight, heat, and humidity. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, so... everything has an expiration date, I guess. Even if you get lossless digital recordings, eventually the way to play those will get lost to time. That's why preservation is important. Same things with video games. If you're not careful, it will go away at some point. Huh. Yeah, I think I heard about that anime, but I don't really watch anime, so... I mean, interesting concept. I've heard about it. Mono is one speaker, duo is two speakers, or phone is four speakers. But if you listen to it with only two speakers, you're like... so I'm assuming you need like a full home theater setup to enjoy that type of recording. God did the OGRE game preservation thing, maybe they can... Yeah. I mean, well, not exactly copium, Crasher, because... did you see the thing where you can vote for your games to get made in the PC version for preservation purposes? Like, if it gets enough votes, they go down to the company and try to pitch it to the owners, try to convince them to let them make a PC port. And it worked for Dino Crisis. I've heard good things about that port. Probably gonna buy it before Capcom changes its mind and fucking yanks it again, because that's something Capcom would fucking do. It is surround sound. I knew it. Currently record even well kept will degrade after a couple... well, yeah, probably. But everything eventually degrades, right? But... I'm guessing it's gonna be your future human's job to preserve it and retranscribe it to preserve it. It's all there. They just gotta do the work, which is probably freaking Titanic in scale and scope. Prize Hole has been Dollar Babies by Alice Cooper. Has all this stuff in it, like the posters and the fan club signing up. Ooh, yeah, that does seem like something you would really, really cherish. It's funny, one of my favorite things is the original Ultima Online box. It even had the map and everything. So I kept the manual. My brother kept the map. He had it framed in his office. Man, that game was our freaking teenage years. Which is why I'm enjoying playing it again. Really brings me back to a simpler time. Back when, if someone called me on the phone, I could get killed in Ultima Online because I would lose connection to the servers. Because I was on 56k modems. And today we got cable, and I got on a horse in that game and just ran like hell. And I was like, oh my god, it's so fast now. You really felt like you had an advantage on people on dial-up. And you did. You really did. You were faster. You could react quicker. And they were like in molasses. So you ended up playing Ultima Online, right, Agent? So did you end up trying it? I'd be very curious to see what you think about the Ultima Online Outlands, the free shard I play on. Wonder if that would be something you would enjoy or not. Probably not. Oh, you tried it, but didn't get very far. I wonder if you would have more success now, as an older person. I mean, if you want to try it, let me know. But yeah, I mean, yeah, dial-up really fucked with shit in that game because it was kind of sensitive to ping. You have your vanilla WoW war chest. I have the original. I bought it before the war chests. It's on my shelf next to me right now. Hold on, let me see something. Okay, so I have, let's see. I have my old Dark Age of Camelot CDs. I have my Star Wars Galaxy CDs. Which one is this one? Oh shit, the original Planet Side and the Matrix Online. I forgot I played those. That's right. Holy crap. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I was looking at my collection off stream. Because our parents only let us use it for a limited time if it was fun. Yeah, right, that's true. We did get something that let us know who was calling. And if we could answer or just leave it go and not lose connection. That was fun. You would get a little pop-up in your computer that would say, what, like 555 is calling. And then you would see the name and the caller ID and you go like, I don't want to talk to you, I'm gonna keep playing. Or I'm gonna call you back. So you did not answer because you were running away from a murderer. Well, I mean, they did. The story was actually canon. Like, they were actually having an impact on the series. Like, that was one of their selling points. The story was canon. And it still was, from what I've been told. Apparently that's exactly has been taken into account in any future Matrix stuff they did. And it had one of the fucking weirdest offlining experience, like when they killed the servers, right? They kept warning people to disconnect from the Matrix because the machines were gonna reboot it, and anybody caught inside would die, right? So they kept making warnings like, disconnect. This will kill you if you don't disconnect. And if you did not disconnect, your character started freaking out and got squished into a cube and then poofed out of existence. Then you were just there looking at the empty road for 5 seconds before the connection dropped. It's online if you want to see it. Really fucking weird. I never saw any other game do an end of service thing like that. The closest thing would have probably been the Final Fantasy XIV 1.0 ending, where they fucking nuked the whole ass planet and started again afterwards. So you saw the red moon in the sky, and it kept getting closer and closer, and then a cutscene started playing, where it just fucking nuked the fuck out of the land. And then the servers went down, and then they relaunched later in 2.0, 5 years later in the story, and they're rebuilding off of it. That's why they called it a Realm Reborn, because it literally was reborn from the ashes of the old one. Oh yeah, Defiance, I played that. Not great. Not great. I played so many fucking MMOs, man. I played Shadowbane. I played Darkfall. I played Dark Age of Camelot. Never played EverQuest. I did play EverQuest too, though. Not a lot. Wasn't very good. Played World of Warcraft, Terra, Lost Ark, Faces of Mankind, Anarchy Online. Goddamn, I even played like one of the virtual worlds that came before VR chat. I played some Second Life too. Workplace. That was like the proto VR chat. Most of my really old stuff in console things. I have a copy of Super Mario 64 in his box, going through stuff in the new house. I even found a Super Scope. Oh shit! Those two would fetch a pretty penny right now on the market, I would imagine, but my god. A Super Scope in the box, you're lucky, that's awesome. Oh, they're doing a Destiny 2, huh, Crasher? That's funny. Yeah, Lost Ark was fun. Until I realized the endgame was pretty much a fucking checklist. And then upgrading with all those materials from said checklist was not guaranteed. So you could literally spend 2 hours and not get 1 ounce of fucking progress. It's the same reason that made me quit BDO back in the day. I also played Black Desert Online. I mean, good game. Wasn't Ark 2 supposed to... Lost Ark 2? No, you're thinking about... Ark is something else. Ark, you're talking about the, the game that looks like Rust, but with cavemen and dinosaurs. Yes, Ark 2 did come out. It's Survival Evolved. Or Survival Ascended or some shit. Pretty much the same game as the old one, but it runs worse. Has prettier graphics. Allegedly. Now that the frame month for a certain album, the first of all CDs that piece of her wigs in it. That's a very specific item, Jabs. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Also, there was an Ark 2. I thought Survival Ascended was the second game. Wow, that's fucking confusing. Was part of the deluxe album. Well, that one must fetch a pretty penny now, considering all of the freaking resellers and shit and people speculating on collector's items. Yeah, the early access thing on Steam is kind of fucked sometimes. I heard that Steam is trying to shame developers who don't update their games anymore. So when you go on their games now, it says that the game has stopped updating, or has not updated in a long time. To warn people away from those games so they don't waste their money. That's smart. Main reason it didn't do well was people were going to have to rebuy it. Oh yeah, that was such a fucking greedy ass move. It's like they tried to pull a Sims. Ark tried to go like, oh, you know what they do in the Sims where they release all of the same shit with every new iteration of the game, right? Let's do that. But they're not Electronic Arts and they don't have a 25-year committed fan base. Because the thing with The Sims is that they have a captive audience. It's not like the survival game genre is positively bursting at the seams with other survival games. So if your game tries to be a greedy fucking piece of shit, there's so many other survival games to choose from. But The Sims is in a very, very, very small category of game. Life Sims. There's pretty much nothing. I think there's like 2 or 3 competitors currently in development right now trying to compete with The Sims. But they're not exactly out yet. So for now, people that love that type of game only have The Sims. And maybe RimWorld, but not really because it's not the same thing. It's kind of a life simulator, but with a war crime twist. Although someone was looking to sell the wig clipping and asking for possible pricing, some people in the Reddit community were saying, oh, it's definitely not worth anything, you should just give it away. Wink wink, nudge nudge. Yeah, I know what they're trying to do there. Like, oh yeah, it's not worth anything, give it to me. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Speaking of, Sims 1 and 2 recently released on Steam for the 25th anniversary at $20. Yeah. Oh, fun! You mean the game I already have bought? Now I have to pay $50 to get both of them. And apparently they ran like shit for a bit before they had to patch it again. This goes to show you how fucking like an afterthought this was. Anything for a buckaroo, right? EA. You freaking dragons. Alright. Yeah, I mean, I like The Sims, but the thing is, it's like, here's what I do with The Sims, right? I spend like 6 hours downloading cute clothing and mods. And then I play for 2 hours. And then I arrive at a very specific moment in the game that always throws me for a loop. I watch my character wash dishes. Then I'm like, I'm watching someone do something I should be doing right now. You know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna go do my own dishes, and then I close the game and never play it again. I mean, for a few months, when I come back to it at some point. And I repeat the whole fucking circus again, because I have to re-download everything, because now the versions don't match. It's like the fucking modding stuff is compulsion, right? It's like, I remember I spent more time modding Skyrim than actually fucking playing it. But I spent 8 hours modding Skyrim, adding a lot of cool stuff for new beginnings and new systems and shit. And I played it for like 30 minutes and I went like, I don't really like Skyrim. Why the fuck did I waste my time? Hey, Al Spectre. Because when I say L, I think of El Spino, so it should be... Hey, Al Spectre. How you doing? Good to see you. Sims 4 is a vessel to sell DLC slop to people. Yeah. I bought a few on sale. I'm part of the problem. Recently tried to play Skyrim again just to find out that the version I grabbed mods for wasn't even the one I owned anymore. Yeah, about that. That's fun, right? Yeah, that's a fucking headache, right? Yeah, because that's the thing. When I mod games, I'm a vanilla plus type of person. I like using mods that are mostly like quality of life and fits with the team and the intention of the original developers. It's a style of modding that keeps the experience with a little bit more. Those are great mods. But once again, once you mod, you become chained to it. Because if you want to play that save, you have to make sure all your mods are compatible. And if they ever change the version and update your save, you have to update the mods so they match. And even if you do, shit might break and then you might lose the save and then you're fucked and you wasted your time. So yeah, modding is like... It's a painful process. That's why when I replayed Cyberpunk, I was so fucking tempted to add a lot of clothing mods. But I stopped myself. I was like, what if you want to come back to that save? And then all of the shit is outdated. There's gonna be so much fucking work. Don't bother. So I a little bit fell out of love with mods recently. You're fine, funny, relaxing after a rough week at work. Well, I'm happy for you. Nothing quite beats the feeling of starting your weekend after a hard week. It's like you can finally just let go and relax. Just close your eyes and enjoy the presence of yourself without any distractions. Then what the community fixes and you overall took like an hour. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, because base game Skyrim these days is fucking buggy, so there's a lot of things that are considered like must-have. So it becomes a fucking headache in itself, and once you realize the game itself is a little bit outdated now compared to a lot of the really cool games we get now. So you start playing that and you're like, I don't know, man. I don't know. So that can be a very frustrating experience, I imagine, Crasher, that's for sure. Yeah, at the end of the day, it's like, you have to have the mental, like, the mental stamina to go through the modding. I'm not sure if I have it in me anymore. I'm enjoying some lovely orange soda. Homemade. Well, homemade. I bought the syrup, and I have a soda stream, so it's homemade. Although, one of my local places now have CO2 canisters, so I don't have to go super far for them anymore. So that's fun. And also, I've been debating if I should upgrade my PC or not. I already bought a new graphics card, so I'm like, do I really need to? It would be fun to build a really beast of a PC again, but I don't really need it. It's like, what games do I play right now? I play Guild Wars 2, and I play Ultima Online Outlands. That game runs on a freaking toaster now. Like my old Surface from 2018 runs it perfectly. And that's like a mobile thing. Sometimes I'll mine some ore or chop some wood on my couch with the tablet, and it runs the game flawlessly. Because I mean, of course it does. It's a game from freaking 1997. So it can pretty much run on everything. Every hardware. Yes, even yours. Other problem solving part of it. Let myself drive away, but I mean, I understand. I remember seeing some of your builds in Minecraft, so I see where you find your satisfaction from. Yeah, it's like, I don't have the patience for coding. I tried. I even had a course in it at one point. Because I studied in multimedia for like 2 or 3 years, and then I quit the program before I graduated. Without seeing any future in it. And also, they had some programming in it, and I fucking hated that shit. I remember clearly sitting in my staircase back home. In my staircase in my house. With my hands, my head in my hands. Trying to program a hangman puzzle for a homework assignment. And I was driving myself up a wall trying to make it work. Well, it was torture. I fucking hated that shit. But that's the thing, right? If you can program, you're gonna be very rich, because there's a lot of money to be made in programming. If you know the right languages, I mean. But now with AI, it's not so certain anymore. Ah, AI. Did you ever think you would live to see the day where machines would do all of the fun things while you go do the boring work? Like, oh yeah, the computers will draw your art, will make your movies, while you just go twirl in the salt mines. Ah, refreshing. That's exactly what I wanted out of my life. Alright. So, yeah, speaking of games and upgrades, I was talking about that on the Discord earlier. I installed the benchmark for Monster Hunter Wilds to see if my new graphics card would run it better than my old one. So I remember I tried the open beta the first time with my old card, and I was barely getting 20 FPS. It was awful. It was unplayable. And yeah, so much hitching. And I got the new benchmark with my 4070 Ti Super that I bought. And I'm getting like 100 frames now. Like, it's ridiculous. Even with my old fucking ass CPU that's 6-7 years old now. It runs like a, well, not like a dream, because there's some little hitches here and there because of my severe CPU bottleneck. But I can't fix that because my motherboard doesn't really have much of an upgrade path. I could probably buy a 9th generation CPU, but that would not be much of an upgrade now, would it? It's like, okay, so I could get a 9900X, which would give me like a 15% upgrade for $600 because they're hard to find now. And not only that, it would run much hotter because apparently that generation had a really big heat problem. So, no thanks. I'll keep my 8700K, thank you. 25% of modern programmers reference other people's code for basically everything. I mean, yeah. Yeah, it's like, a lot of people say that the way they program is they, like you say, they take something online and they just tweak it. Well, it's pretty GPU heavy, specifically on the VRAM side. Well, that's perfect. That's why I decided to buy a 16 gig VRAM card, like the 4070 Ti Super. My CPU aspect there is a 9800K Intel 8th generation CPU. So it's an i7 8700K. It's a serviceable model. I can also overclock it because right now it runs at 3.7 gigahertz. I think it's like, is it 4 or 6 cores? I don't remember. But I can overclock it all the way to 4.2. But my computer sounds like a plane is taking off when I do that though. But maybe that would unbottleneck a little bit my graphics card if I did that. But I would probably have to repaste my CPU. Or at least switch the fan curves. I left everything stock, I did not really touch it. It's my brother that installed it because I don't really know that much about computers. But I did teach myself a little bit of theory about building one if I ever had the need to. So I could probably do it. And maybe I will someday. One thing's for sure, I'm probably gonna take the 4070 Ti Super out of this computer and use it in the new build. Because it's a really, really good card. And I feel like it has really long legs because of the 16 gigs of VRAM. And the AI frame generation thing. But not the multi-frame one. The single one is better because it's less latency, because that's the thing. The whole 50 series multi-frame generation thing apparently is a really fucking hell of a problem because it really increases latency a lot. Especially if you have really low frame rates to begin with. So it looks smooth, but it's not. It's smooth, but there's a really big delay now. Enjoy. This recently upgraded to a 7950 SPD after. Oh yeah, yeah. I was thinking if I ever upgraded, I would go for a 9800 H3D on AMD. Like, I'm done with Intel for now. What they propose right now is not interesting me the least. 10 GB AMD card and it runs great. Yeah, I mean, I don't understand. Maybe it's a optimization thing, Crasher. Maybe they focus more on AMD stuff. But mine has a 4080 Super and whatever the newest 40 series Intel CPU is like a better score than it. Wow, no fucking kidding. What's your CPU? And also, what's his CPU? Because the 4080 Super should not run that badly. What is your definition of worse? Like, how many frames was he getting? Because I play most of my games in 2K now. Because if I play them in 1080p, the CPU bottlenecks even more because of the higher frame rates. So for a smoother experience, I crank up the resolution. Yeah, but that's crazy though. Yeah, 4080 Super should be able to run pretty much anything, unless you're running at 4K. Anything else is freaking preposterous. And just goes to show you how bad games are optimized these days. Kind of freaking crazy to think about. It's like, we hit the points of diminishing returns on graphical fidelity now. So games don't look that much better. But the system requirements are fucking shooting up like crazy. But don't get me wrong, like for example, the new Doom game that's coming out, Doom the Dark Ages, was great. But it doesn't look that different from the second game. But the requirements are through the fucking roof. And also, the new Indiana Jones game looks okay. But the system requirements are super high, like they require a ray tracing card. Like if I kept my old 1080 Ti card, I would not be able to play that game. And even then, I feel like my old CPU is gonna probably stop me from enjoying the game. You guys use more compression and stuff to get the performance. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case, the memory bandwidth. Because it's like, the 4060 cards has freaking like 12 or 16 gigs of VRAM, but apparently the bandwidth is really bad. We're gonna have 80 FPS. Okay, whoa, pump the brakes. Okay, listen. I have a 4070 Ti with an 8700K 8th generation Intel processor. And I was hitting 100 frames per second in FrameGen. 105 even. What the fuck is wrong with your friend's PC? Yeah, that's like... We're in the what the fuck is wrong with his card territory now. So either he has one of those defective 14 series CPU and he forgot to put the patch in it or something. Yeah, I mean, it's a serviceable CPU, man, but it's not a great CPU you have and you run it better. And the 4080 Super has 16 fucking gigs of VRAM. But that's not that. Wow, that's nuts. Okay, so... maybe he forgot to update the BIOS for his 14th generation Intel chip and it's fucked. Or something's wrong with his 4080 Super card. Or maybe his computer case has really shitty thermals and is throttling to hell and back. That could explain it. Yeah, I mean, he didn't install the CPU until after the patch was out, but does he know if the motherboard has been patched? Because sometimes they'll sell you the motherboard and it doesn't have any patches in it. It's like, it's outdated. You always gotta run update the BIOS. Otherwise you're in for a nasty ass surprise. I don't know enough about the AMD graphics card to be able to determine if that's a good upgrade or not. That's better. Sounds good. The numbers are higher. That's good, right? Right? I don't fucking know, man. I know sometimes when I play around in PC Parts Picker, I'll get warnings about certain motherboards that you need to run the update on it because it will not support the actual processor you put in it. Which is kind of funny because you're like, how the fuck am I going to do that? If I can't get to the BIOS because it's not recognizing the CPU, how the fuck do I update the BIOS? Do I have any other CPU to put in it? Do I buy a fucking shitty ass CPU to put it in, update the BIOS, return the CPU, put the actual one in? That's stupid. There has to be a better way, I'm just too dumb to realize it. Yeah, I paid a bunch of money for my 4070 Ti Super. And the fucking funny part is, it's even more expensive now. Because yay, Canadian money. And two, people are using the freaking tariff scare to increase the prices. And the shortage of 50 series card is also making the 40 series more rare. Because everybody that can't buy a 50 series card or buying the next best thing, which is the 40 series cards. So I'm glad I bought mine when I did. Because I still ended up paying like $1,300 for it, Canadian dollars. And now it's all the way up to like 1,700 in certain shops, and the others are all sold out, so that's not encouraging. Yeah, so I don't want to scare your friend, Crasher, but there might be something wrong with his hardware. Might have to do some troubleshooting. But yeah, so I don't know, I like building really big. I really like having top-of-the-line PCs. That's how I built mine into, I mean, I did not build it. My brother helped me with it. He did most of the work. I watched, I held the flashlight. And I had like the top-of-the-line PC in 2018. No longer top-of-the-line now. Although I did upgrade the card, as I said. But now that I'm getting older, I'm like, do I really need that much power? Because I mean, I needed that back then because I was really big into VR, but now not so much. So, it's like if I'm playing games like Guild Wars 2, which came out 12 years ago, or Ultima Online that came out 27 years ago, oh my god, I'm old. Then why the fuck do I need a big ass computer for that? So I could just keep using this one until it stops working and then I'll upgrade. How about them apples? But tell that to my brain that's like, buy new PC. I like shiny stuff. I have a bit of a consumer mindset sometimes. I have to stop myself. Because I got so close to buying the 9800 X3D AMD CPU. And just keeping it until I slowly bought some parts to build a new PC. And you know what? I might still end up doing that at some point. But that's probably gonna be when I actually encounter a game I can't play. Because I have an Xbox Series X, so if I can't play the game on PC, maybe I'll just fucking play it on the console. Maybe I could start doing couch gaming again. That could work. Right, it's right there. I know I had some fun playing Diablo 4 on PC and then continuing playing it on my couch afterwards when I got tired of staying on the gaming chair. Well, gaming chair. It's a desk, not a chair now. It's not those racer type things. It's a Norman Miller. Be comfy though. But sometimes you just want to be lazy on the couch. You know how it is. I know you know how it is. Built the best of the best PC back in 2011 and yeah. That's why you buy those top of the line PCs, because you keep them a long time. So you don't spend as much. So yeah, you spend like 4,000 bucks then, but you'll have to upgrade it for like 8-10 years. But yeah, if you buy a lower end PC, you get pretty much like 70 to 80%, it's like 70% of the way there. And you have to upgrade a little bit earlier. So it's like, I mean, you know, as I said, back when I played VR games, especially games like VR Chat, who really need monster PCs to run super smooth, especially in really, really crowded environments. Even then, not guaranteed. Even then, it's like diminishing returns, right? I could go into really crowded rooms with my 1080 Ti and still get really good frame rates. And I imagine if I went back with a 4070 with even more VRAM, it would be even better, but I feel like my CPU would probably fuck me over in that case. But as I said, I don't really play as much VR now, so there's not much of a need. Anyway, food for thought. If you're ever considering upgrading your PC, that's something you're gonna have to ask yourself. Do you really need it? Is there a game that is not enjoyable to play because it runs like shit? Then maybe you can start thinking about upgrading. Because otherwise, it's like you get stuck in the consumer circle where you end up like people upgrading their PC every time a new graphics card comes out. And you're spending like tens of thousands of dollars every few years. That shit adds up quick. And I mean, if that's your passion, don't let me stop you. Enjoy life how you want. Just don't end up homeless because of your hobbies. Another Jeffy Bad tip of the day. You're welcome. Alright. So, I think what we're gonna end up doing is I'm gonna take another little ad break. And then when we return, we'll get cozy and watch a little bit of Fail Army to end the night. I feel like that would be a fun use of our time. Alright, so little ad break time. Go watch it, go get some snacks, and we'll meet back in a few minutes, as always. Be right back. Enjoy the fan art while you wait, if you're subscribed.